Good morning to all my friends and all my old friends and new friends I've made of late. Welcome. Let's talk about some alchemy, some spiritual alchemy. Let's turn some things and gift it to gold. I'm Cindy Carter. I'm an intuitive, an artist, an energy healer, and I do spirit consulting. This series of podcasts you found yourself at is something that I gift to others each Sunday morning when I can. I bring to you some understandings and new ideas for transmuting the energy with compassion for yourself. See, you are the one in charge of your life. You hold the key to the divinity within you. And you can unearth the gold within each moment, within each day. So I'm kind of helping you remember this code back to the divine part of you. So last podcast, we talked about speaking our truths and how important that is, and how done with compassion, we can offer kindness even with an opposing view. It becomes a non-judgmental for other people's choices, their earthly choices or their soul's choices. That's speaking our truth with compassion. And then the next podcast after that was allowing others to speak their own truth. Well, this one was pretty difficult for people to wrap their heads around. To allow another person or another group to have their own view. Even if you think it's wrong, without you questioning it, or without you critiquing it, without you manipulating their view to yours. Now, this is no matter how kind or evil the view is. It's not your job to change their view. You can offer your view in a kind way. It's kind of like it's none of your business on a universal level what other humans hold as their truth. This is hard. Each human carries their truths based on the truths of their lives, of all the lives you've led from the past to the present to the future. So this is the accumulated intention of the mass consciousness of the collective of you, of your past. And all these past lives aligned with the soul unit you came into a body with. This one, Susie and Josie and David. Hi, David. Like the central sun is aligned with your heart. And all the lives between there that you have been now and have an agenda, do they have a plan or not? Everybody has an agenda and plan. We don't know what they are. Are they kind? I meet people every day with huge kindness in their heart. A lot of people. So today it feels really natural to approach the idea of discerning our truth in asking the question, what truth are you bringing? And then ask, is this my truth or the truth of another person, or another entity, another organization, or another idea? And then what kind of energy are you bringing here to Earth? You could ask yourself that. What personal truth is wanting to come from you into this earth? What kind of ideas are you bringing forth to this place from your past benevolent lives? I hope they're nice and benevolent and non-destructive. And I'm not really talking about just outwardly displayed kindness to others. Many people do that while they're judging and ridiculing you in their mind. You see, this is where your motivation to ridicule comes from. I doubt that it's heartfelt. I doubt that it came from the core of you. I doubt that it's part of divinity. So what kind of thoughts are you bringing to yourself? And then are you distributing those to others? Suddenly I see a flyer on the windshield of a car, proudly announcing what special idea is out there. Are you spewing hate on the windshields of others? in the name of your mission or your truth. I think that we need to redefine for ourselves these missions, these purposes, and how we perceive our truth with a new set of transparent eyes of discernment, as we look into what we are bringing at the core of our intentions. Are they based in divine thoughts? If they aren't, it is disharmony. Doesn't mean it's wrong. It's just not aligned with our harmonic notion of what a cellular body would like in a soul on an earth. So what are you bringing into your day, into your world? What is your offering here? Are you just going through the motions of some programmed life? Are you, like many of my new friends, very well aware of a matrix that holds humanity in a construct of thought that's not uplifting to the souls? A lot of people are seeing this now. Perhaps you are one of the ones that sees the potentials based in our core truths. You can see and feel that there is potentials of kindness and happiness on an earth. You see, you are what you think. You are what you create. So huge potentials when you tap in and connect with the core ingredients of your alchemy. That is what I'm teaching in these alchemy podcasts. How to reach into the core ingredients of your alchemy. This is within your own body and auric structure, not outside you. These are, the essences of peace and joy and harmony and freedom and so on. You know when you've hit the sweet spot. You kind of go, oh. Can you alter how you see your truth, how you view your life, so that your soul can continue unencumbered and a little more peaceful on an earth? Maybe your mind is going crazy and your feet can't even touch down on earth. This might be why you're running the truths of other beings and other civilizations that really don't serve you right now. So let's step into the idea that what you're bringing here on earth could be radiance upon high. It could be ever-presence in your voice. It could be consciousness in every step. And the strength of wisdom in your stare. Knowing your truth, knowing who you are. You see, you are so multifaceted. You have no idea sometimes the power in the human physical and etheric bodies of all that you are capable of when you access your truth. You kind of like a Vogel crystal at the core. And when that's plugged into an earth, that crystal can transmit the peace and love of all dimensions that you've ever been, but not until you plug into the earth. So let's bring out the clarity of this crystal core within you. So find a truth based in your heart, in feeling loving, kind activity for yourself first, and then any life that you wish to progress after that. But it has to be offered to yourself first. This is the truth of a soul that wishes to progress. It wants to progress on through life beyond this body, so you have to have compassion for the body unit you're in, because you wish for consciousness to expand and become clear and proliferate the life of your intentions of the core unit of you. If you choose to find your truth, or you can walk around in the picket fence matrix of disillusionment. You see, your truth is crystal clear. It's source material. It's unwavering. It's cosmic light codes of divine passage. Sounds a little flowery, doesn't it? Kind of sugary. Yeah, well, it's bliss, but it can be balanced with discernment. You see, sugary, sweet truth in a portal of wisdom, stable Vogel crystal. This is power for a soul and its truth to speak its truth with compassion and to discern what it feels like to bring a truth, and to be oh so clear that your truth is now, and your truth is clear. And you want to be clear now and never be muddy again in your truth. So I'm meeting many energy workers, therapists, and people interested in self-development and consciousness. I've met a lot of Native American healers from this country and several others lately. The one thing I am seeing, kind of rampant in many, it's kind of pronounced right now, it's the idea of their truth is like a mission. Their secret mission, some of you hold inside of you like influences that need real discernment. So here we go. Here's where I'm just going to say it. What ideas are you gifting to others as a truth? Are you gifting your ideas without permission? Are you so psychic that you can see inside anyone's truth and you feel the need to tell them that truth even though they've never asked? That's manipulation of another people's energy field, of another soul's progression through life. You see, you didn't make the idea of divine truth to come here and manipulate another soul's journey, no matter how righteous you think it is, and no matter how deep it is in your blood ancestral line. I don't care. Your idea is no better than anyone else's. Your idea, based in your divine truth, is your truth. And it can be beautiful, or it can be ugly. So there are many beings out here that are, trying to find out their idea of their truth. And some beings believe that they know more than others, or that they have more history with it. Or some people I'm finding are having kind of a guiding voice or a force, an influence, an entity, an implant that's telling them they're very special. It's the I Am Special program a friend of mine, Christine, and I were speaking about. So special that galactic and cosmic forces have been giving them this lofty position of being the only one on Earth that can save this humanity and this planet with the information that they know. This is what they're telling me. Out of their mouth, they tell me these things. I'm not making it up. You see, some of these people feel that they have all the past life experience to be the one. So then their truth becomes a mission for all other humans, to manipulate others to their idea. Whoa. And I believe some of those that have these missions may not be offering the best ideas for humanity, as missions come from outside sources of influence that no one really needs. We're here on Earth to do our personal work of our own soul's progression. You're not here to do the work of another soul, or influence in a negative way or positive way, unless they ask you. Unless their soul comes to you and asks permission to accelerate their being. Otherwise, you might be doing unknown trauma and timeline-altering events for them. This is not your power as a psychic. This is your manipulation. These are hard words for me to tell people, so oftentimes I don't. I let them come to this. If they ask me, I will. Oftentimes they will see their unalignment just by my presence, that I don't buy in to the program they're puffing. In real estate, they called it puffery. In healing work, I call it puffery. It's pretty big right now. You see, we're here on Earth to do our own personal work, no one else's. Our Earth is to bring our essence, all our flavors here to the Earth plane, to bring our divine sources through us into our truth, and not to convince others that your manipulated historian accounts are the only truth for an Earth. Don't forget, this is a multidimensional plane that's based in a hologram. I talk to people that tell me that they are the only one on earth to bring a certain thing. Like they might say, I'm a High Arcturian, or a Lyran, or an Andromedan, and I have great work here to do for our people, our civilization. Yes, well, let's look at that one. Someone that feels this strong pull to do service for a race or a people or a group of entities. Sometimes these entities have no soul. That requires discernment. These can be unknown agreements that send you into earthly activities to be making decisions outside of your soul's wish. You came as an agent to do the bidding for others. I don't need that, and other people on the earth don't need that. They need to come into their own truths. So when they say to me, I'm the only one, I don't tell anyone this. I'm known in other lands, on other planets. I'm hidden. I'm important. My bloodline is important. I'm the only one that can bring this energy or this information. I'm important to them and they need me. In my mind, you know what I'm saying? Yes, I've heard that 3 times today. Oh my God. Who told you that you were important? Follow that thread. It possibly could be an off-planet source that's activating entities to access human psyche, to keep them reined into a plan that's not based in a soul's idea, or aligned with a spirit, or aligned with a God source. These would be agendas from other civilizations. Are you really here to do the work for another civilization? Believe me, there's only one civilization that needs your work. It's the body unit you chose in this life. In the body-mind combination of energy in your auric field and everything that comprises of. This unit of energy doesn't wish to progress an outside source of energy. That's manipulation of your energy field. Within your body, you hold a God source. Therefore, you hold God within you. Christ consciousness, all-knowing, ever-presence. This then is your core element, your divinity. So your core ingredients of peace and love and joy, these activities are your baseline intention, your underlayment for your earth thoughts, activities, and ideas. Or are you here in a body doing the work for one entity, one organization that really doesn't have your best interest in your mind, in their mind, even if it's telling you otherwise? So ask yourself, what truth are you bringing? Is it an emotional truth? Our emotional body sure does bring things here, like without our approval sometimes. Emotions just take us over. Our emotions rule our worlds. Sometimes if you live with extreme anger or guilt every day. I talk to these people daily. So this is where discernment of your emotional field is key. If you're witnessing anger, then be the one to diffuse the anger. Don't become fearful of being angry. That just creates more miasm of fear. Ask what you can do for the one being angry. What do you need to stop this madness in your body and mind right now? Next time you become aware that you're displaying anger, then ask yourself in that moment. And this takes really extreme focus, but it's possible to ask yourself right then, when you're fuming, when you're mad, when you're about to go off on someone, ask, how can I nurture myself right now while experiencing this emotion? How can I be compassionate to me and the person involved? To resolve it right now by becoming the observer of the emotion, not the charge of the emotion, not the victim of the emotion. You see, this is a flip of consciousness. This is the change of perception that can turn off DNA markers. This change of perception can bring you right to the discernment of what you're bringing through in this earth from your entire emotional body. When the heart takes control of your emotional field, you will not come to your anger so fast. You might think twice about how it's going to unlikely be something to bring you any joy. You see, we can't avoid this emotion, that's for sure. But we can sure alter it into harmony. So now we're in the mental body, mental truths. Oh my God, that feels like a swamp sometimes when I'm working with people. To find our truth in all that muck of the mind. You see, when you feel that you're being attacked on all realms, or you feel that you're the victim of a certain idea because you're so special, we have to get all this muck out of your mind to exit the matrix. Doesn't help you find your truth. And a lot of this comes from outside sources of trauma and inside sources of trauma with misaligned intentions away from your divine truth. So, good God, what are your mental gremlins? Are there little devils in your head that have victim status and judgmental thoughts? Are you having pity parties? What are they all transmitting into your brain, into your aura, and into your energy to be distributed elsewhere? And is that distribution kind to others? Probably not. You see, your influences of past lives are creating these mental stimulus, the mental charges, the electrical miasms. These are sometimes when you say, see those people over there? They sure do think they have it worked out. They think they know what's right. This thought in you is possibly brought from influences of your past lives. Like maybe you were someone that protected some philosophy back in the day where you had to stand on the corner and bark your beliefs to others, feeling deep down you knew more than them, or your importance outweighs theirs, or your logic is more sound. This could really create a I am special branding that happens to people where you really do believe you know more or are special enough to see through their ideas or thoughts or intentions. It really feels to me that your specialness or the idea that you're special above others is really caused by mental miasms away from your truth. You see, this is not harmony of the mind and the heart. This is just one small example. But I do see people feeling their oats right now, feeling full of themselves in all their grandness. Sometimes misaligned, sometimes truthful. But you see, you're grand in some fabulous array of energy and light that came in all kinds of rays. Many rays of gifts and accrued intentions. But it's not your job to accrue intentions for others. The alchemist's job is to access only your truth, based in the body's truth, based in your heart's truth, minus the epigenetic markers and miasms that distribute your misaligned energy and ideas and agreements and traumas all over your ideas of influence. You see, soul retrieval is what we're doing, and it takes a lot of discernment. You have to decide what it is you're allowing in. Are you allowing a past life as an Andromedan with a chip on his shoulder? Or an entity from Polaris that thinks that they can take over the world? Come on. These things aren't aligned with your heart. Your heart wants peace from and to you, not missions for races with questionable intentions. Be careful out there, folks. Astral travel is dangerous right now, and I wish you to ground yourself. Air traffic control is asking you to ground all vehicles. This stuff can really mess up your life if you allow yourself to listen to and be influenced by any voice that strays you away from your divine truth. You see, this would be your truth, not the truth of another planet's peoples, or even just one version of you as a guiding influence. This is so important. If you're bringing a truth of one ray of light and not the many rays. So I'm speaking to the person who believes, and I meet these people a lot, that believe that they are one deity, one archangel, one Jesus, one Mary, and that is all. They are here to embody that. They are special. Well, you better be ready for some real activity in your body and mind, because this is misalignment. Because guess what? You're all of these in your body. You walk as Jesus, Mary, Joseph, archangels, Metatron, Ra, everything and everybody. But if you believe you are only Ra, or you are only an archangel or some goddess, you are being manipulated through one consciousness that is asking you to take up a lot of real estate in your body. This is time for discernment. So now I'm going to say it. You are being manipulated if your truth isn't the truth of your accumulated lives, all of them, from your heart, as the cumulative voice of all the lives, not the voice of one sweet deity. If you think this applies to you, then it does. So in asking what truth are you bringing, begin to witness your actions and thoughts and conscious mind for those things that send you away from the divine. And start accepting the ideas of something that can alter these to a truth for yourself. To become a sovereign being on an earth, you need to funnel the truth of your lives through you, through your heart, and be this wonder of life. But there's no need to overpower a land or a being or another person's consciousness through your act of righteousness. Let's stop that noise right now. It's time. I'm in the process of creating an online class that explains multidimensionality and the nature of our truth, and how you can reacquaint yourself with the idea of your own individual truth, and how it strengthens an auric field and the collective field, but it happens one person at a time. So I hope to have this class up and running within a month. But right now, I do have an offer on my website where you can find an activity of truth for yourself. On my website, you can find the Template of Grace. It's an 11-day audio series where 11 daily short meditations become an activation of the cellular and auric bodies into the allowance of grace. You see, grace is part of divinity, and grace never has to be earned. There is no effort to grace, only a choice, a commitment. Grace is your right, and you can activate it any time you choose. So let us be the truth of peace and divine source, where no human is more important than another in this realm or any other realm. And that you are special. You are unique, but you are no more special than the person on the street, the person standing next to you in the grocery store. So you need to express your truth in kindness and discernment, with compassion for all beings, especially right now. Especially for the beings in the United States. In the coming weeks, you are going to be led to your truth. And I wish it to be peaceful for you. Do not accept the truths of others. Go into your heart. You are safe there. I wish you blessings and peaceful days and truthful alignment. Many blessings.